Yashodanandana Braj Janaranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Jaya 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 Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. युग धर्म हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवत की, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतेरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 13, Rahugana converses with Jad Bharat, text 25. So this is a prose, so I'll just chant this prose, you need not repeat after me. Sauvirapatir apisujana samavagata paramatma satatva atmani avidyadhyaropitam chade dehatma matim vissasarja evam hindripa bhagavat ashritasrithanubhavaha. Word to word meaning. Sauvirapatihi, the king of the state of Sauvira. Api, certainly. Sujana, from an elevated person. Samavagata, having completely understood. Paramatma sa tattvaha, the truth of the constitutional position of the spirit soul and the super soul. Atmani, in himself. Can you reduce the fan speed? Avidya, by any science. Adhyaropitam, erroneously attributed. Cha, and. Deha, in the body. Atmamatim, the concept of the self. Visasarja, completely gave up. Evam, thus. He, certainly. Nripa, O king. Bhagavat Ashrita Anubhavaha, the consequence of taking shelter of a devotee who has similarly taken shelter of a spiritual master in the parampara system. One is sure to get out of the great nescience of the bodily concept of life. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Translation. After receiving lessons from the great devotee Jad Bharat, King Rahugana of the state of Sauvira became completely aware of the constitutional position of the soul. He thus gave up the bodily conception completely. My dear king, whoever takes shelter of the servant of the Lord is certainly glorified, because he can without difficulty give up the bodily conception. Purport. As stated in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 22, verse 54. Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra Koi, Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi Hoi. It is a fact that If one takes shelter of a pure devotee, one attains all perfection, even if the association is a short one. A sadhu is a pure devotee of the Lord. It has been our practical experience that the first instruction of our spiritual master infused us with Krishna consciousness, so that now we are at least on the path of Krishna consciousness and can understand the philosophy. As a result, there are many devotees engaged in this Krishna consciousness movement. The whole world is revolving under the bodily conception. Therefore, there must be devotees all over the world to deliver people from the false bodily conception and fully engage them in Krishna consciousness. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरम्. Hare Krishna. Welcome you all for all IYF devotees sitting here for the Sunday morning Srimad Bhagavatam class. Sorry, Saturday morning. Generally we have Sunday morning. So previously we used to have on Saturday when you don't have a Bhakti Shastri class. So whenever you don't have Bhakti Shastri class, we'll have IYF Bhagavatam class, double dhamaka, along with Sunday Bhagavatam. Yes, so before starting discussion, so would request all the devotees assembled here your prayers and blessings so that I can do this service properly. So till my last breath, speaking Krishna Katha and following Krishna Katha, not just speaking. So there may be many things while discussing or speaking. I may speak many things which are beyond my authority, which I haven't experienced or realized. But for the sake of speaking Krishna Katha, I'm just speaking. So if there are any good things which you can learn from Katha, so it's all the mercy of all the acharyas, my superiors and the spiritual master. And if at all, if you see any deviant from the philosophy or from the parampara teaching, so please correct me. If I go wrong anywhere, please don't hesitate for this, so that I can do this service properly. So here we see in this verse number 25 of chapter 13. So we'll read translation once again. After receiving lessons from the great devotee Jadabharat, King Rahugana of the state of Sauvira became completely aware of the constitutional position of the soul. He thus gave up the bodily conception completely. My dear king, whoever takes shelter of the servant of the Lord is certainly glorified, because he can without difficulty give up the bodily conception. It's a very, very important topic. So taking shelter of a shelter of a sadhu, or a servant of the Lord. So Shukdev Goswami is speaking this verse to Parikshit Maharaj. So it's concluding one of the prominent narrations of the Srimad Bhagavatam. So that gives the key for the liberation of a conditioned soul. So what is that key? Taking the shelter of a servant of the Lord. So there are many similar verses in Srimad Bhagavatam, which I quote number of times. So that is, I'll just, can you open that verse? It's verse number 7:25 and 15, Srimad Bhagavatam. No, 7th canto, 7:25, 15. Or else, I think 7:15, 25, sorry. 7:15, 25. So when Patri Prabhu came here, so he gave a whole class on this particular verse. And from that type of point of time, trying to look at this verse again and again, and trying to repeat this verse in my classes also. So similar verse. So where this particular verse is, the translation goes like this. And in the verse which we are seeing today, so there also is told, so my dear king, whoever takes shelter of a servant of the Lord is certainly glorified because he can without difficulty give up the bodily conception of life. So what is this bodily conception of life? Coming above the three modes of material nature. How one can do this? Similar verse you can see here. So one must conquer the modes of passion and ignorance by developing the mode of goodness. And then one must become detached from the mode of goodness by promoting oneself to the platform of Shuddha Sattva. All this can be done automatically if one engages in the service of the spiritual master with faith and devotion. In this way, one can conquer the influence of the modes of nature. So it's clearly mentioned. So if one engages in the service of the Guru, how? With faith and devotion, one can come easily above the bodily conception of life, above the three modes of material nature. So who is the spiritual master? He is a sadhu, servant of the servant. By taking a shelter, one can come above these three modes of material nature. In this purport, particular, if you see the purport which we read, so there it says, sadhu sanga, sarva shastra koi, lavamatra sadhu sanga, sarva siddhi hoy. It's not required that we need liberation or come out of this bodily conception. We need a association of sadhu all the time. Need not be required. Even a lavamatra sadhu sanga, even for a short period of time, if one can get the association of a sadhu, a pure devotee of the Lord, one can get liberation from this bodily conception of life. So you can see many practical examples in our Acharya Parampara. See our founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada himself. So how many times did he meet with his spiritual master? 4-5 times? Max 4-5 times. I think I remember for the first time he met his spiritual master in 1922 when his friend, so Srila Prabhupada tells his whole story in the disappearance day lecture of Sri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So there he says, I don't want to go at all, but my friend dragged me, and all the disciples are laughing there. So along with his friend, Srila Prabhupada, so goes and want to hear the lecture of Sri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So when both of them, Srila Prabhupada and his friend, and they were paying obeisances to Saraswati Thakur, and immediately Saraswati Thakur saw these both boys, Srila Prabhupada and his friend, and he told directly by just looking at them, oh, you two young boys, you're learned people, you're educated people in English. So why don't you take the movement of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to the Western countries? So immediately when he saw for the first time, he gave the instruction. And after the whole discussion, we know how Srila Prabhupada lost his debate with the spiritual master for the first time in his life. And after the meeting, both the friends going down on the road. So both were discussing. So Srila Prabhupada was telling to his friend, for the first time I was defeated, but this time I was very, very happy. I was very, very happy because I was defeated from a right person in whose hands the movement of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there. So Prabhupada tells that. So at that moment, he accepted Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur as his spiritual master. Not officially, but in the heart, he accepted that. And later, I think, after 4-5 years, 1926 or 27, around that time, so Srila Prabhupada shifted to Gaya. And he was a manager in one of the chemical industry. So I was always thinking about, so these people were very nice, Gaudiya Math. So when Srila Prabhupada went there, she got a nice prasadam, nice reception, everything was very nice. So I was always thinking about these people. And suddenly, these Gaudiya Math devotees, the disciples of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur, with the sannyasi dress, they come to this particular area, Gaya, where Prabhupada was staying, is working in that drug industry. And these people were searching. So they want to build a temple in Gaya also. Gaya or Kolkata, I think? Gaya only? Prayagraj. So these Gaudiya Math people, they went. So they are searching for the people who are very, very pious and can help in the progress of Krishna consciousness. So they were searching. So one person told, there was one person named Charan. So he can help you in with this. So all the devotees went there to meet his. And Prabhupada felt very, very happy at that time. Very, very happy. There is another meeting. Not his spiritual master, but the disciples of his spiritual master, God brothers. And later, I think they met once in Vrindavan. So like this, Prabhupada has only very few instances of meeting with his spiritual master. But what he did, Prabhupada, he took the instruction of his spiritual master as his life and soul. And because of this, we could see the miracle happened in the whole world. It's a great miracle. And we see by just doing this, becoming a servant of the Lord, he could able to come out of the modes of material nature. Of course, he's already above, but Prabhupada is setting an example. So we know the whole life story of Srila Prabhupada. He used to sleep for just only 2 to 3 hours every single day. So while he's preaching in the Western countries, one disciple asked him and told him, Prabhupada, I want to resign from this service. He came with the letter also. And he told, why? Why you want to do? Prabhupada had a lot of health issues. And all the time in my mind, some gong sound is going on. Prabhupada told, oh, that's it. I have been suffering this for a long time, from very, very many years. Don't worry, you can go through it. So you can see how Prabhupada is above the 3 modes of material nature. And setting an example, how if one becomes a servant of the Lord and takes the instruction of the spiritual master, he can come over the 3 modes and can help others also. What about Srila Prabhupada? Even his disciples. So there is no problem in discussing number of times these pastimes of Srila Prabhupada and Krishna Katha. So when His Holiness Brihat Swami Maharaj visited here, he told this story, the pastime of disciples of Srila Prabhupada. So Srila Prabhupada and 4 disciples, they were in the train, came to Delhi. So Delhi is a junction, right? So the train stopped for half an hour almost. So then one gentleman, who is a businessman, so you know very well about Hare Krishna movement, and he got to know this Swamiji has come to Delhi and he want to meet Srila Prabhupada. He entered the train and he has a long discussion. Then he told this gentleman told to Srila Prabhupada, we don't have any Hare Krishna center in the Delhi. We don't have any center. You please start one thing. So Srila Prabhupada started looking at his disciples. And the first person who looked at it is Gurudas Prabhu. And he told Gurudas, you get down now. Immediately. Start a center. And Gurudas Prabhu was shocked. Prabhupada, I cannot alone do this. I need some team. He accepted the instruction. He accepted the instruction immediately. He was ready. But he wants some team, right? So he asked, I need someone. Then he pointing out his wife, Yamuna Mataji. So whose song we hear every day, Govinda Madhipurusham. She is the one. She is the wife of Gurudas Prabhu. And he told Prabhupada, you also get down. And they're not sufficient. We need more team. Then he told, I think Giriraj Maharaj was there. He told Giriraj, you also get down. And one more devotee is there, Bhanu Swami Maharaj. He told, you 4 people, please get down from here. You start a center in Delhi. And 4 of them got down along with that gentleman in the Delhi. And in the train, they got down in the station. And the train, Srila Prabhupada telling Tata, bye-bye. And all the devotees also, Tata. Means we can understand they don't know what's going to happen. What's the next step? But this gentleman assured Srila Prabhupada and all the disciples that you come, I'll take care of your everything. And this gentleman took all the disciples of Srila Prabhupada, those 4 disciples, to Delhi for some dharmashala in the first floor. And there was nothing. It's like just like a store room. Everything cobwebs, very, very dirty. And he told you, please take, you can stay here. And disciples are looking at you. What is this? Who can stay here? At least we, the males, we can take care. What about this Mataji? How can she sleep on the floor? So he arranged for a small cot, and on which there are big rats which are going on. So somehow they stayed there just to follow the instruction of Srila Prabhupada. And days passed by, and they're not getting proper sleep also in the night. And Mataji was sleeping on the cot, and all the other 3 devotees were sleeping on the floor. And they got fever, no proper environment, no proper food. But still, they were going on for Sankirtan every single day, even suffering from fever. And they wrote a letter after some time to Prabhupada. Prabhupada, see, even we're suffering from fever, we went on for Nagar Sankirtan. Then Prabhupada immediately wrote another letter for these people, these devotees. See, if you go on for Nagar Sankirtan, so people think you are begging. So you go and meet strong people in the Delhi. So what the high grade people at the time? Prime Minister Indira Gandhi. You go to meet these people, Prime Minister. And this is the thing here. Disciples don't know anyone, don't know what's happening the next moment, no proper food also. And Prabhupada writes, go and meet Prime Minister. And they didn't take any step backward. And they tried their best. And finally, they met Indira Gandhi. They met. So when one follows the instructions of the spiritual master, and Krishna will arrange everything. Krishna will arrange. So after this whole pastime, so I think Maharaj gave one book, Dancing White Elephants. So after many years, so one devotee was inquiring from Yamuna Mataji. So how was your experience at that time? You didn't feel anything? So then Mataji started speaking. What about other devotees who are there? They are sannyasis and the Prabhujis who are unmarried, and you are the only Mataji. You didn't feel any discomfort? Then Mataji was telling this. See, I felt Giriraj Maharaj as my own brother. Even though I am the only woman there, Maharaj didn't even get agitated because of this. And same interview was done with even Giriraj Maharaj also. Then he told, she is my sister. So he also told, we also didn't get any agitated. But we got agitated because of our Krishna consciousness. We were inspired how to practice Krishna consciousness. So from this, we can understand there are many pastimes to go on. So we can understand that if one accepts the shelter of a devotee of the Lord, so one can come above the 3 modes of material nature easily, very easily. And this is what the whole purport Srila Prabhupada tells. And Srila Prabhupada only is writing very humbly. A sadhu is of a pure devotee of the Lord. Here, so it has been our practical experience that the first instruction of our spiritual master infused us with Krishna consciousness, so that now we are at least on the path of Krishna consciousness and can understand the philosophy. So Prabhupada is mentioning himself that he got the instruction from his spiritual master and quoting this. So Srila Prabhupada is not declaring himself to be God, or he himself not declaring that he is a great devotee of the Lord. No. But he consistently telling us the only qualification is to be the servant of the Lord, and taking the order of the Guru as one's life and soul. This is the theme for the whole Srimad Bhagavatam, if you see. Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruva Maharaj, Pandavas. The whole theme of Srimad Bhagavatam is this only. So they never considered themselves as great souls. They never considered themselves. But instead they gave all the credits to the spiritual master, to the devotees around. And one who does so he'll be in the eyes of Krishna. And Krishna feels, yes, this devotee is great. This devotee is great. If I'm thinking that I'm so great, I'm so, then we will not be in the eyes of Krishna. We will not be in the eyes. And Krishna says, "Oh, you're very great, right? You're a great one. Please go ahead, carry on." So Krishna will not look at that particular person. Mm. On the other side, if one thinks that as a humble servant of the Lord, feeling insignificant, being in the mood of a servant of the servant, Lord Krishna will be very, very pleased. Lord will be very, very pleased. And Lord will personally take care of the devotee, maintaining him, taking the responsibility, and uplifting him in the Krishna consciousness, and ultimately bringing him back to the home, back to Godhead. If one is very, very humble, very, very meek, even other devotees may not know us, but Krishna knows us. The whole moment of Krishna consciousness or a personal Krishna consciousness also depends on how Krishna is perceiving us. In the eyes of Krishna, where are we? Where are we? So Krishna personally takes care of this particular devotee. If you see the example of Kollavecha Sridhar, who knows about Kollavecha Sridhar? No one knows. No one knows. But he's very, very meek and humble all the time. So in Mahaprakash Leela, we see all the devotees getting the mercy of the Lord, benedictions of the Lord. And Mahaprabhu told, "You please bring Kollavecha Sridhar." Sridhar? No one knows. No one knows who Sridhar is. And Lord Chaitanya gives the address, everything. And all the devotees go and pick up Kollavecha Sridhar and come in front of Mahaprabhu. And we see very nicely how Kollavecha Sridhar is very, very simple hearted. He don't want any glorification for himself. But he was in the eyes of Mahaprabhu. And he got the mercy of the Lord. He got the mercy of the Lord. So Srila Prabhupada all the time in this sloka also, purport, glorifies his spiritual master. He is not telling about himself. The only credit what Srila Prabhupada took is that I have given whatever it is coming in parampara, not adulterate anything. He just given as it is. And when Prabhupada has complete conviction that the love which is coming, love of Godhead, which is coming in parampara is unlimited. Unlimited. And this love is Srimati Radharani's love. If I am just being connected with this parampara as an instrument, that love also can go through me. And simultaneously being in a humble mode. So, but if you take these humble words of Srila Prabhupada literally, so this is what Srila Prabhupada is, then one will fall down. One will fall down. But if we can learn what is really the substance that we can actually access Krishna consciousness, the grace of the Lord, and what is actually the purpose of Krishna consciousness is this, the mood of accepting the spiritual master and his instructions and being a humble, having that humble attitude. That is what the mood of whole Krishna consciousness movement is. And Srila Prabhupada is teaching us. Actually, the whole story begins, the whole story of this Jadabharat begins from Rishabhadev, the incarnation of Lord Vishnu. So Rishabhadev has all the 100 sons. So he was giving the same Bhagavatam class for all the 100 sons. And all these 100 sons, 9 of them will become Navayogendras. In the 11th canto, they give the whole Bhagavatam class. So what is the purpose of human form of life? How one should use this human body in propagating Krishna consciousness and developing one's own bhakti in one's own life. And later the eldest son is Bharat Maharaj. And he himself is teaching from his own life. So Bharat Maharaj, is also very, very great devotee. He ruled the whole kingdom for a very, very long time. Very, very long time. And he was personally trained by his own father, Rishabhadev, in the principles of Krishna consciousness. And because of he being a great devotee, the whole planet was Krishna conscious. And each and everyone in the kingdom were very, very happy. Very, very happy. And after his name, the whole planet was named as Bharatvarsha. And still, in India is known as at least Bharat. And he left the kingdom also. Even having all this opulence, he left the kingdom. For various reasons. So one of the reason he left the kingdom is Yat Yat Achariti Shreshtas Tat Tat Eva Tarojanaha, to set a right example. So what is that right example? He is a great king, he is a ruler, he is a leader. So it's the same principles even we can also take in our day-to-day life. So when we get some position or a responsibility, or a leader. So whenever we have some subordinates under us, so one should be very, very careful. How am I acting? How am I acting? Because this is what is the example we are going to set, and that is what the subordinates are going to follow. And the same principle, even Jadaba Maharaj, Bharat is also setting. As a king, he set a great example how to rule the kingdom in a Krishna conscious way. As a father, he set a nice example how the children should be taken care of. As a husband, he set a very nice example. Even after setting a very nice example in all these stuffs, but also he wants to set a very critical example in renunciation. How one should renounce. Not only setting examples in a family life as a king, but also in renunciation. So as a king, right, people follow. If he just remain in the household life till the end of his life, it's not the right example. So even though having a whole kingdom, he just left the kingdom, just like Tucha, just like insignificant. So that people in the kingdom also will follow. So one should leave the home at the end of his life for cultivating Krishna consciousness. So his father taught him, Nayam deha deha bhajam rulake kastan kaman arati vid bhujam e. So that this body is not meant for sense enjoyment. This sense enjoyment is very, very insignificant. Sense enjoyment is not a great thing. But people in Kali Yuga respect or follow those people who are striving behind it. Getting Lakshmi very nicely, acquisitions. What in the result? Sense gratification. This is not a big thing. This is not a big thing. But people in the Kali Yuga follow these people who are good at these stuffs. But Rishabh Dev condemns this, saying this is just like an animal civilization. He compares this civilization to be hog civilization. Specifically hog. He could have told tiger, lion, many other animals are there. But still is pointing out this hog civilization. Why hog? Because no one likes the hog. No one even goes to the hog. Soulless. So that's why he tells hog civilization that eats stool. Completely condemns this civilization. So this is the one animal that no one wants to associate with. So that's why Rishabh is very, very strong at this point. And what else? Tapo divyam putrakayena sattvam shuddhena satyasmat brahma saukyam anantam. So this form of life is meant for self-realization. Self-realization. So Bharat Maharaj wants to set an example as all the king, everything, and also set an example as a human being. So this human form of life is meant for self-realization, not just for sense enjoyment. No. So he wants to set an example for this also. That's why he left the whole kingdom. He's not being attached to any material stuffs. His wife, children, kingdom, everything he left. And he came to a forest to practice Krishna consciousness. And also he practiced and also completely absorbed in Krishna consciousness. It's mentioned that he's in a Bhava platform. Bhava. Sadhu Sangha. What is the first step? Ado Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivrutti, Nishta, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava, Prema. He was at that platform. Bhava platform. In the forest he's practicing so intensely. And he's always satisfied. He never felt, today I'm missing my home. I should go for homesick and come back. No, because he's completely satisfied in Krishna consciousness. He is completely satisfied. But Maya is very powerful. Maya is very, very powerful. She knows where to attack a particular devotee at what point of time. And she was trying to look where I can attack Bharat Maharaj. And we know very nice story. So Bharat Maharaj, so it's mentioned is a river called Gandaki river. So in this Gandaki river, there are many Shaligram Shilas are there, it seems. It's a non-different from spiritual world. This is what the description. And he was staying there near that Gandaki river, taking a bath there, drinking water there. And he's completely absorbed in Krishna consciousness. He was showing all the Asta Sattvic Vikar. Everything is nice there. But one point of time, he could see, sir, there is some deer. Mother deer. She is also staying happily in the forest. But this mother deer could hear the voice, the roaring sound of a lion. And after hearing this, she wants to get away from there. So we see, right, many animals always fear. If you say pigeons also here, after eating food, while eating also, always fearful, always fearful. Even the deer also. So they're always fearful of the carnivorous animals. So when they'll come and attack me and eat me. So this mother deer also wants to escape from that place. But there was a river. So what she do? She jumped from that river, across that river. But because of that fear, what happened? She got miscarriage. From her womb, that small baby deer fell into that river. And Maharaj Bharat is in deep Krishna consciousness, he's doing his own sadhana. He opened his eyes, looked at this is what happening. And mother deer went on the other side of the river. And as a mother, right, she is so affectionate to his son or child. She wants to help, but on the other side, lion is coming. What to do? She was in the tears, crying, crying, crying. And because of that separation, after some time, she also died. And Bharat Maharaj is looking at this. And with that compassionate mood, he's a great devotee, na? He's all the time compassionate. He's all the time compassionate. And he left, he set a nice example as a king. And he is in Krishna consciousness personally. Why? For helping for the welfare of the whole kingdom, for the people of the world. And he left the whole kingdom also. Why? For the welfare of the whole people in the kingdom. Is it normal thing to leave everything to set a nice example for the welfare of everyone? No, it's a really, really a very, very great thing. Really great thing. So that is what Bharat Maharaj in second life did it. But one thing happened. See, you are attached to the deer. Very much attached to the deer. Instead of saving, he saved. But bodily he got attached to the deer. And this deer also very much attached to Bharat Maharaj. She was reciprocating. So when Bharat Maharaj was chanting, she comes and disturbs. With the beck, she comes and disturbs. And he feels, oh my dear, you don't worry, I'm coming. So he feeds food very nicely to the deer, kisses the deer, smells the deer. So beautifully, so nicely. So such a wonderful loving relationship with Maharaj Bharat and the deer. And both of them felt, this deer don't have any mother, father. I am the only one who should take care. And deer also felt the same thing. I don't have anyone except this. So both of them got very much attached to each other. So much attached that Bharat Maharaj stopped practicing bhakti also. Before he was chanting everything nicely. In between this deer comes and disturbs. So he left that also. Everything. So here, one thing should be understood. The compassion, it's very, very subtle, but important principle to be understood. So Bharat Maharaj's compassion to the deer is sentimental and material. Why? Because this compassion distracted him from his goal of life, to attain Krishna. So what does it mean for us in our life? Should we also do the same thing? Should we not take care of the other devotees? Or should we be completely engaged in this? So one devotee is getting fever. Prabhuji, you are not this body, your spirit, soul. Should we feel so? This is all material. This is Maya. Should we tell this? So what is the lessons to be learnt? Even Srila Prabhupada condemns this. So when Srila Prabhupada is there, so it's in Australia, a long time back when Prabhupada was there. So there was a fire accident in a house. So in the top floor, it's where people are stuck. They're not able to come out. On the same time, Jagannath Rath was going on. And the devotees also got to know, so what's happening. They want to help people. And they don't do anything to help. So on the Jagannath Rath, there is a huge cloth covering Jagannath. So what the devotees did, they removed that cloth and they spread it around and catching down, telling those people stuck in the fire to please jump from there so that you'll be saved. And everyone jumped there from there and they got their lives saved. And on the next day, it came in the news also, newspaper. Hare Krishna saved people's life. And Prabhupada saw this. And Prabhupada didn't tell, why you people are wasting time in saving the material body? We shouldn't waste our time. We are only just meant with the soul, not with body and mind. No. Prabhupada appreciated this. In many lectures, he appreciated all his devotees. See how Hare Krishnas are saving people's life. Even Prabhupada praised. Even Prabhupada also personally concerned with the devotees' health. So when there was nothing in Mayapur, Prabhupada and few other disciples, they were staying in a hut. There is no proper food, proper sleep, and mosquitoes would be there. And sometimes, personally, Srila Prabhupada in the midnight, he would wake up and see whether devotees are getting all the mosquito nets are there or not for them to stay away from the mosquitoes. And devotees was struggling. We are hearing it's through ears. We are looking at the Lord through eyes. We are honoring prasadam through the mouth. So everything is connected to the body and the mind. And how we propagate Krishna consciousness to the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. Through how? Through the mouth. We are preaching. And through the ears they hear. So basically this body and mind is required for the progress of spiritual path in the devotion service. Then what is this Maya all about? Then what is this? We're concerned with the body and mind, right? So Maya is equating the compassion of the body with the compassion to the soul. That is what the Maya is. So we have to take care of the body. Yes, we can take care of the body, mind. But that compassion shouldn't be equal with the compassion to the soul. This is what we learnt in Australia's incident also, Prabhupada incident. We should take care of the devotees. But if we equate both of them, that is where the problem comes. And this is one of the reason even many devotees left Krishna consciousness movement. Either devotees will be completely too extremist. Either completely on the soul platform. Prabhu, you are not on the body platform. We are on the spiritual platform. We are not these bodies. We are spirit souls. And not taking care of the other devotees. And because of lack of compassion, there are many devotees who left the movement also. Or on the other side, completely on the other side. That is completely on the bodily platform. Leaving the purpose of life, bhakti. I have to take care of the body, take care of the family. Completely engaged in this. So either ways is not proper. So there should be a balance. There should be balance. So where this balance comes? When personally practices, when one is completely engaged in Krishna consciousness, very strong about one personal sadhana, and being in the association of devotees, we can get this clarity. Or else very, very difficult to get clarity and can be deviated from the goal of life. Being into either of the one of the extremes. So mundane philanthropic work shouldn't be diverting us from the path of bhakti. If it diverts us, then it's Maya. If it is not diverting us, but helping us to progress in Krishna consciousness, that is okay. So this mood of kindness and compassion shouldn't be go away. It should be there, but that should help others also to take up the practice of Krishna consciousness, to come into bhakti. So one nice example is there in our movement, Bhakti Vedanta Hospital. So His Holiness Jayapatak Swami Maharaj and one more disciple of Srila Prabhupada were sitting in the class. I think in 1970 they got sannyas initiation. Prabhupada told in the class itself, you both take initiation, to take sannyas. And these disciples, yes Prabhupada. They didn't tell anything against it. So there's a level of the mood of taking the instruction as life and soul. So His Holiness Jayapatak Swami Maharaj, he's taking care personally about this Bhakti Vedanta Hospital. So all the acharyas condemned to equate this philanthropic work to be equal to Krishna consciousness or devotional service. They are completely condemned. So let's take example of this Bhakti Vedanta Hospital. How this is able to manage the balance between the philanthropic work and also Krishna consciousness. So this Bhakti Vedanta Hospital is just like this Gandaki river. Just like Maharaj Bharat is there and the river is there and the deers are floating. So these deers are patients who are coming. And if one gets attached to these patients, they can lose the path or they go away, deviated from the goal of life. So this Bhakti Vedanta Hospital, his old Jayapata Maharaj was telling once to his Radhana Swami Maharaj, every month, 25 patients who don't know anything about head and tail of Krishna consciousness, completely unaware of Krishna consciousness, every month, 25 patients, because of this Bhakti Vedanta Hospital, they become full-fledged devotees. Every month. The other sannyasi who was hearing this, he was telling, oh, then we have to open more and more hospitals then to make more and more devotees. So why these doctors, how could they do this? How could it be possible? So because people are coming, right? Patients are coming. Some are with the stabbing of other person, an accident, so much of bloodshed is there. How this being successful? Because the doctors in Bhaktivedanta Hospital, they're very, very strong in their sadhana. Very, very strong in their sadhana. And simultaneously taking guidance from the spiritual master and being all the time in the association of devotees. Since they are very strong in their bhakti, they are able to help others also. They're treating the people on the platform of body and mind, and simultaneously they're giving Krishna consciousness, helping them to chant Hare Krishna mantra, helping them to hear the Srila Prabhupada lectures, getting them connected to this moment, teaching bhakti basically. So generally, as we discussed, so the balance should be there. When this philanthropic work becomes more in one's life, this can deviate a devotee from the path of Krishna consciousness. And things, taking care of body and mind is a more important thing. So many people say this, you heard about this also. Manava Seva, Madhava Seva, which is completely wrong. Madhava Seva is a Madhava Seva. So that proper balance should be there. Unless there is a proper association and a strong sadhana, it's very, very difficult. Or else, just like Bharat Maharaj, we will be trapped by Maya. Will be trapped by Maya. So because for Bharat Maharaj, there is no association of devotees. If there is at least one devotee who tell, Bharat, what are you doing? This is wrong, this is Maya. They could be self-help. So that's why association of devotees very, very important. Very, very important. So this Bhaktivedanta Hospital is like just like a razor's edge. If you fall on this, it will become philanthropic work. If you fall completely on this, that is also difficult. And sometimes Grihasthas also say, Grihastha devotees, that I want to earn more and more money so that I can contribute to Krishna consciousness, to the moment of preaching. Yes, that's very nice. But if at all that is diverted, the goal is lost. I want to earn more and more money, and the goal will be kept on that only. I want to earn more and more money, and will forget Krishna consciousness. So very, very difficult. That's why we need association of devotees. And Bharat Maharaj is not in the association of devotees, and that is how we know how Maya attacked Bharat. Of course, he's a great devotee. So just Krishna wants to teach us from Bharat Maharaj's life how Maya attacks. How Maya attacks. And whoever thinks that bhakti without devotee association is okay, Srila Prabhupada says he's an insane man. Bhakti can be done only in the association of devotees. Or else it's not possible. It's not possible. So because Maya is very, very strong, because she knows very well about our previous vasanas. So beautiful vasanas are there. So whenever required, she'll bring us. And this is the Bhakti Lata seed, beej, which is there. That is the greatest treasure a devotee gets. A devotee gets. So one should be very, very careful in nourishing that seed and bringing up that Bhakti Lata creeper, and finally reaching the lotus feet of the Lord in Golok Vrindavan. And simultaneously, Maya is always with us. She brings up the weeds along with their sweets. And Maya is so clever that she says, puts us in illusion that, see, these weeds which are there, these are the actual creepers. These are the actual creepers. And Bhaktilata Beej also thinks, oh, this is right. This is right. And finally will be succumbed by these weeds of Maya. So what is that weed in the life of Bharat Maharaj? That mundane compassion on the bodily platform to the deer. Mundane compassion. So compassion to the body and mind is always a duty of a devotee. You should take care. Not just about the devotees, but also normal people, citizens also should be taken care. But on the platform of Krishna consciousness, on the platform of spirit soul. Or else one may think this body and mind is more than the spirit soul. Taking care of the body and mind is the most important thing. And finally engages in the philanthropic work and deviates on path of Krishna consciousness and loses the goal and loses the goal. This is what happens. So one should be fixed up in the goal of Krishna consciousness and help others also on the platform of the spirit soul, not on just on the body or on the platform of mind and body. So with this I would like to conclude today's discussion. If you have any questions you can ask. If you don't have any questions, any questions? Yes.
Question like everything that distracts us from bhakti is maya. Anything that distracts us from bhakti is maya.
Yes. Yes. So that is what one of the aspects of surrender is. Anukulya sankalpa, pratikulyasya varjanam. So whatever is favorable for Krishna consciousness, we have to accept. So what is unfavorable, we have to reject. But this should be done under a guidance. Because our mind may tell, so this is what is so helpful for you in Krishna consciousness, go ahead. Yes or no? Mind will tell. So that principle should be followed under the guidance of Krishna consciousness, under the guidance of a devotee. Or else we cannot understand this. And this is correct. Whatever is unfavorable for bhakti is maya. Understood? Yes. Any other? Done? We have few minutes time. We can share few realizations. And if there are any few corrections to me, you can also please tell.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much for the very nice class. We saw the importance of the association of pure devotees, and we saw the example that one need not be with spiritual master all the time. Only a few times association with him is enough to purify us. And you give the example of Prabhupada and Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, that they hardly met 4 or 5 times. But Prabhupada was infused with the power to go to the West and do this miracle. So only a love matra sadhu sangha can be very, very beneficial, and it can take us out of the modes of material nature. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, bro. Thank you, bro, for a wonderful class. So this point of Australian devotees saving that pastime was very nice. How Prabhupada also appreciated it. But the fine thing that you have told is there should be the balance. Matlab, one should not go to the extreme point of body and mind. Then they will deviate from the platform. So many pastimes that you have told are very, very connective. So that one will be in balance, not going to the philanthropic way. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. So thank you for the wonderful class. You told about, as it was mentioned in the purport and the verse, that we have to serve the servant of the servant. And in purport, Prabhupada started with quoting Love Matra Sadhu Sang Sarva Siddhi Hoye. So this was very important. In this connection, like we often get into technicalities, how exactly it happens. Like with the Love Matra Sadhu Sang, you won't even get to share even one word. How is it possible? With the Sadhu Sang of Love Matra, a person can get Sarva Siddhi. So once Harishit Prabhu was explaining this point, by that Love Matra, he gets the desire. When he sees the devotees, when he sees the enthusiasm, even it may happen that person may not even talk, but just by looking at the aura of that person. So what happens? The desire transfers. He starts inquiring about that. He starts thinking about that. So from that, his journey started. And I got this like confirmation from one of the episodes in which different disciples of Prabhupada are remembering him. So Sivram Maharaj explains this point. So he was in a university, he was a proper student, this, that and everything, but somehow or the other he saw Prabhupada with his disciples and all, and he saw that aura, he saw that particular thing, that something is different about this personality, this person. And after that he didn't meet Prabhupada, but he always kept on like thinking about it, like who was that personality, and what kind of aura he has. He was something different. So you can see, even he didn't talk. It was just a love matra sadhu sang, and today he is one of the senior sannyasis in ISKCON. So that's how it's stated in the shastra. That's how Hashit Prabhu explained it, and that's how he confirmed it from one of the incident. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So you're very nicely explaining that how one should not be extremist on the point that actually everyone is a spirit soul and disregard the bodily, basically the body, whatever they're having. Even you very nicely explained that how we perceive Krishna consciousness through our body. We practice Krishna consciousness by using our body. We hear from our ear, we take prasad from our mouth, and then we speak Krishna consciousness based on our mental whatever things we have. So actually, we should take care of it, and Prabhupada practically shown it by taking care of the health of the devotees. And yes, spirit is the topmost thing. Like it should be the topmost priorities, but body should also be given care, because this is the biomedia by which we practice spirituality. Hare Krishna.
So the formula for like like having the right balance and right clarity, like you told, like we are helping others at bodily level, we are taking care of our own bodily needs or mental needs. So, and at the same time not losing focus on one's own Krishna consciousness. So the formula you told was like, it is possible when we are strong sadhana in the association of devotees, and also we are under the guidance. Like Bhaktivedanta Hospital example, like it is very successful because it was under the guidance of Maharaj, like His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. Like devotees were taking guidance, and like many things they have introduced, like Jagannath Darshan, and like that they are cultivating, like you told, like 25 devotees. So in a year 300 devotees they are making. So this is the formula we can take in our life. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. So you mentioned about the importance of taking shelter of a pure devotee or spiritual master. That we can, if we have to come to the spiritual platform that is above the three modes, then first we have to transcend we have to come to the mode of goodness from passion and ignorance, and to transcend that goodness, that for that we need to take a shelter of spiritual masters. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Rupa, for a nice class. The point like you are explaining the body and spirit is very important, because that kind of renunciation is not very good. Prapanchakapade Hari Sambandha Vastana. Like our renunciation is Yukta Vairagya, but that has to be carefully decided under the expert guidance of a spiritual master who is very much knowledgeable in scriptures, and then we have to take that. So it's very nice, and we have to serve that kind of spiritual master, and that is that is the perfection of life. Like this point is repeated, like as you said, this point is very much repeated, serving a spiritual master. So like what is that Vyasatmika Buddhi in that sloka also, I think Vishwanath Chakravarti quotes like this is the success, like serving a spiritual master who has already attained perfection. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you for a wonderful lecture. You said about compassion, how to condemn the compassion like that. So only thing is we have to do proper sadhana, balance our priorities and association of devotee. It is the greatest thing it is the goal of our life, Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, bro. Thank you for the nice class. So you're saying like Krishna showers his mercy on the people who are humble and meek, and not to the pride person who are like pride of some position or some service, like I can do this kind of service. So we should be like humble in nature, and we should serve the spiritual master with faith and devotion. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you for such an amazing session. So this same point I would like to mention, that if one feels insignificant and humble, and if he actually feels that I'm a servant of the servant of the servant of the Lord, then Krishna will like him. Otherwise, if someone is very, very proud, or he has a false ego and is exhibiting the false ego, then Krishna will not like him, and then Krishna will say, "Okay, continue, continue life after life after life, and we'll so we'll meet again." So we will not meet soon. So we'll meet sometime. So it's very important actually this to cultivate. And you mentioned that there is a mode of Krishna consciousness movement. If one is not able to attain that mode, I mean, I'm telling out myself, then there is what is the use of doing many services, doing many things, so-called great things in Krishna consciousness. But one is not able to, if one is not able to imbibe this mode of becoming humble and understanding that I'm a part and parcel of Krishna, I'm meant to serve Krishna, serve the servants of the servants of the servants of Krishna, then there is no use of doing so-called big things. And so, but if one is able to imbibe that mode and he's able to practice that and exhibit that practically in his life, then Krishna will surely like him, and he'll go back to Bharat for sure. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thanks for the class. I'm like I observed that point. I observed that point what Prabhuji said, that humility is a very important and service attitude should be there in Krishna consciousness to advance in our bhakti. So I'm contemplating this point. So we have to be humble. We don't think like we are the false ego should not be there to advance in bhakti. When we're keeping God in a center and when we surrender to spiritual master, definitely when we are taking guidance from our spiritual master with a service attitude and devotion, faith, so that will help us to advance in our bhakti. And also how Jadavarat is fall from its maya, the power of maya, and without association also he fall. I got that how association is a very important to advance in our bhakti. Hare Krishna.
प्रभु, आई हैव अ क्वेश्चन. सो आपने कहा कि रियलाइज, तो मेरे को पसंद आया आपने जो बताया, एक्सप्लेन अबाउट द बॉडी एंड सोल. सो वी हैव टू टेक केयर ऑफ आवर बॉडी ऑल्सो. सो थ्रू बॉडी वी एक्चुअली can do all the spiritual service and get closer to Krishna by, and also serve the devotee. So that's why we also take care of our body along with our soul by Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, bro. You told about importance of setting good examples, that as a senior or as a husband or as a king, like you have to set good examples. Rishabh Dev also says that nowadays in Kali Yuga, people are following people who are after sense gratification. So he's comparing that to hawk civilization. So we have to see who are proper examples in our life and follow them and be good examples to others.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much for amazing class. So the point one which you mentioned, that the work which we are doing, it should not deviate us from the ultimate goal of life. So one, we should be always fixed in our ultimate goal of life, and something which is falling in line with my ultimate goal of life, then we have to accept it. So that one, and Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha, we should take the association of Sadhu Sangha. So Abhishek Guruji also was saying, so I was also remembering Burijan Prabhuji, so that he said when we come to Prabhupada, it is like bubble of spiritual bubble. So what happens we don't know. So it's a powerful Sadhu Sangha, and we should not have false compassionate should be the main cause of Jad Bharat's fall down is cause of false compassionate. These are the things we did. Thank you, Prabhuji.
So the whole purpose of life is like realizing the relationship with Lord. If we ever get distracted from that, then Maya is always there to attack us. We should be careful.
Practice what I preach. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki.